class live. You are the light, and you are the light. You're the light of this show. You're the light of the world. The Bible tells you so. So we're going to wait and see who comes in. It's an open chat. You can bring up just about any subject within reason. Oh, I don't like that setup. We'll have to see if the notifications went out on YouTube. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Let's see, looks like they might have. That'd be awesome. So maybe we'll get a few people in and get some chat going. Hey, Jules, how you doing? Hey, B. Freeman. Yeah, you missed yesterday, B. Let's open up another one here. Let's get you guys a link to HAPS so that those of you that, because B, it'd be great if you could come up on chat. It won't happen today though. It takes 12 hours to register with chat sometimes. So with HAPS, sorry. And hey, Jules, how you doing? Good to see you. I don't think I recognize you. Hey, Dark Truth, how you doing? Good to see you. I hate it when you miss it too, B. Freeman. Yeah. Oh, I said A, and I spoke with a Minnesotan accent and a Kelownan accent. It was fun. You should have been there. I won't do it now, of course, because it would be offensive. But hey, hit that like button. Let's hit up the algorithms over here on HAPS. Seems to draw some people in. So where do we know you from, Jules? Yeah, reset our clocks. Absolutely. So here, let me just drop that in here. Strange going over to other channels and then you hear your own voice. It's, a lot of people don't really like the sound of their own voice. I'm okay most of the time with it. So, you're from Minnesota? Nice. Well, good thing I'm not doing my accent today. Might be offensive, right? As I told B. Freeman. Then there's clone an accent, and me, I have a bit of an East Coast accent, so my M's and N's kind of get slurred. It's kind of funny. Are you on HAPS, Jules? Are you on? No, you're on YouTube. Right on. You're from Minnesota. You still living in Minnesota? Yeah, right. Well, you sounded fine when you came up on the panel. So again, this is a free chat, so you guys can bring up any subject you want. Range Channel or Nina and Mystics. Okay. Several others too. Well, yeah, we all. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been able to get to much of Wayne's broadcasts recently. He broadcasts when I'm at work, so it's a little difficult. Well, even like I have an accent. Everybody kind of has an accent in some way, you know. You think the Minnesotan accent is funny? Yeah. Yeah, up here they joke that us Canadians, I'm in Canada, so we say a boot apparently, but we don't. We say about. Uh, and it's not a roof; it's a roof. Still in Minnesota, but yeah. Well, I bet you have a bit of an accent there, Dark Truth. Who doesn't really? Who doesn't have an accent? Can't think of anyone. I didn't know this was where the show was going to steer, but that's interesting. So again, anyone can come in, and if you're on Haps, Jules is not. E. Freeman, still not. Are you on Haps, Dark Truth? No. Nice to have one of you guys up to talk. We'll see how the show goes, how long it goes. I have about an hour. I just put dinner in the oven. Yeah, on last night's show, we went and we remote viewed Akhenaten and his, what was it? Remote view Akhenaten at the rise of his power. See the man and see how his power was attained and sustained. And I lived in down south, friends. That's funny. Friends would ask you to say something in a Minnesotan accent. I bet you're making pie. No, well, it sure potato and sausage pie with onions. But no, no, I don't eat much pie. My wife's the pie lover. I don't really eat desserts much. Don't have much of a sweet tooth. I can thank my mother for that. She never gave me much when I was young, so we never really given desserts or anything like that. So, yep, not much in the dessert section for me. Bought a tub of ice cream a few months ago. Um, I think my wife ate it. I had a couple of scoops. Didn't really like it. Yeah, I do like a meat pie every once in a while. Don't like mincemeat pie, but regular pie, like meat pie. Oh, so you're trying to waste some time so you don't have to clean out your garage now? What's that? Pecan pie. I do like pecan tarts every once in a while. Those are actually pretty good. I think I like it more for the pecans. Toasted pecans are delicious. An extra car, nice. Hmm. You guys are here. I don't know if I've shown you this before. Let me find something. Something I want to show you. Let me find it. Let's go this way. There we go. Volume down. Oh, there we go. Just a second. Let's see if that clears up. Oh, lots of chat now. I love pecan pie. Me too, yeah. Pecans are a weakness, yeah. Pie is great, but my mother makes apple pie, apple bars, which are basically a sheet pan on apple pie with frosting drizzled on top. Cannot find a full size pecan pie anywhere. That's bizarre. There you go. I don't even know if we have full size pecan pies up here. Kind of interesting. Let's see. Okay, so this you can actually read it. Let's see. Let's go back here. So what they're doing is cell cultures here. Here at the top, we see three experimental cell lines, like before, the start of the experiment. Move on to the control group. Here it says David Berry 75 has a Discord with a channel to share recipes. Best recipes are the ones that are passed down. Absolutely. By five or more at once. Hey G, how you doing? Good to see you. I didn't know whether I was going to do a. Oh, you're not. Has to wait a minute, I guess. We're on pi at the moment, G. Move on to cell culture 2, where virologists are doing this is closer to what virologists are doing in their tests, but not completely. Different kind of culture medium is used. So David Berry has a Discord about recipes. I like that. I tried Discord. I find it's a little too absorbing for me. I know you can do all the settings and that, and I'm not very good at it, so I actually just avoid Discord. I don't even use other social media other than YouTube or, well, now I use Haps, really, just stream to other platforms. And I mostly watch Office now. Yeah, well, here at the bottom of these slides here, this is the, give it a minute if you guys can still read it. So we're getting the cell degrade and breakdown now. It censored you, G, and I can't invite you up yet for some reason. What's the circumference of an apple pie? Isn't it pi? Let's see what you do here. Yeah, it's strange. You're in here, but I can't do anything with you. Is it something too? Hmm, it's bizarre. You could bake a pie in a square pan. And that way it would be a squared pie. Well, you just squared pie, so it's a pie. Yes, a very long number and five apples. So here in this video we're watching here, take it back a second. So here are the last two slides. My family have been Masons in the past. My brother's a Mason, just a low level Mason. So I do have ties to Masonry, but no involvement. Where is that? You brought up Masons. That's your own fault. So here's the Masonic floor. If you walk into any Mason's lodge, you see the checkerboard floor. And this to represent this. Light. This is a photon traveling towards Venturi. So it's starting to crush and compress. That's why we can see it. And it has an accretion disk. Eventually it'll blow apart. It'll actually go faster than 386,000 miles a second, and it'll blast apart. Square pans, aprons for making pies. That's true. They even offer aprons for making pies. That's funny. Let me pull up another image here. See if I can find it. Oh, it's in here somewhere. That's more stuff on the universe. Yeah, here's an interesting one. This is the earliest scanning of our universe. The universe in the earliest stages of development. There's the earliest star formation. But yeah, it was all connected, and it still is. Just we can't see the connections like we used to. Now, I wonder if those are. See that could be water. Most of that, like 70% of it, like most of the universe and most of the planets, were or are at one time about 70% water. So I wonder where all that water goes. Makes me think there could be things that out there, kind of, in a way. Let's see, gotta find the right folder here. Oh, yeah. Take a look at that again. 19. Yeah. Gotta be in this. Looks like water, eh? Oh, there we go. There's one of it blowing apart. So all the fields coming off of the lake. It's not the image I want to show you. That one comes after, actually. It's kind of important after. It's the after effect. The fields collapsing back on themselves and pushing each other out of the way. Where is that image? I should be missing some images. Hold on a second. Hey, Scratch, how you doing? Those pics trip you out? Yeah. I have the early universe here. Looks like some of my notes got scrambled up. When did I have them out already? I have had them out already. How you doing, Scratch? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, well, I'll find it another time. Maybe now. No, that's COVID stuff. Oh, haven't played this game in a long time. Let's see. Let's play this one. Is this COVID or an exosome? That's number one. Is this COVID or an exosome? 2. Or is this COVID or an exosome? Number 3. So if you think, which one do you think is COVID? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? I even forget. Oh, no, okay. Well, it's pretty hard to tell. I believe it's this one. This is the deadly COVID, apparently. A scratch pie? We could make a pie from scratch. Well, we could. Well, it might be pretty gamey. I won't get fat on me, right, Scratch? Let's see if this works now. There we go. Okay. So there you go. G, if you want to come up on panel, give that a shot. G just subbed 2 apps and is trying out the platform. She did a small intro show about an hour ago, I guess. What's going on, G? G's done some good shows on mud floods and false histories, all kinds of stuff. Doing that. Okay. He's got cheat notes. Yeah, I do. Put my COVID stuff back. stuff. There we go. The sun is always interesting. If you make pie from scratch, you won't have that sugar. Oh, there you go. Here's our current history from the Big Bang that they claim onwards towards, to some statue dude just sitting there in the clouds. I have a few problems with that, but it's an interesting one. Oh yeah, there's a good one. There's an interesting one. This is a map of a human neuron. Here we have a map of the universe. The electrical field. This is very recent. This is what our in radio telescope, what our universe looks like. All these filaments run from one galaxy to another, one solar system to another. Look very much like the neurons in our brain. Are we just in mind of God? Oh, these are cool too. Here's a picture a little later on. From our history. Let's see. From back here, from the first star formations. We went on to a universe that looked very much like this. Very much like cells. Packed full of cells. It's an interesting universe back then. Now, it doesn't have to be that that was the past for the entire universe. Some of the universe could have been experiencing a winding down. If you believe, as I do, that the universe is like a torus field, being ejected out one side of the universe, at least our area of it, and will probably be absorbed back into the center at some point, where the whole process will begin again. Yeah, here they show them quite well. A good image of it. So they start off with the Big Bang there, and we get all these globular clusters form into stars. Gigantic stars, by the way. Huge, gigantic stars. They happen to be about thousands and thousands of times bigger than our biggest stars, which is an oxymoron by their theory, or a big problem. We call it a big problem. Because what they claim is the black holes are started by gigantic structures that collapse in on themselves. Kind of seems problematic for me, because that would mean that at the beginning of the universe, the whole thing would have stalled out into a flurry of black holes. But it didn't. It went on to form globular clusters and solar systems and galaxies. Yeah, my head has goo inside. You like those Dark Truth? Yeah. Looks like a bird system. What's a bird system? A nerve system. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It looks almost exactly like it at the beginning. Yeah. So what I believe is that at the beginning of our time or our cycle, we came out of the plasmoid. Let me show you a plasmoid. So that up. This is more what I believe the universe is like, according to. Oh, there's a good one. Plasmoids are really awesome. And it would be, as a plasmoid, it would have a huge, huge magnetic field. That's a terrible picture. Not big enough. Let's see, find another one here. Hi, G. I can hear you coming in. So let's see. Plasmoid images. Come on. Doesn't want to give me a decent one. Let's try here. Nope. There were much more images of plasmoids a while ago. But that is a plasmoid. That's the configuration of it. Let's see what G is doing. I'll add her in. And there you are.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, G.
I was interested in what you were showing us. That is a trip.
So that's a plasmoid, and plasma scientists will, some of them, not all of them, some of them will agree that that is probably what's at the center of what people call black holes, or what people call black holes, or the center of the solar or our galaxy, or even the center of our universe. But
Very
that's
simple.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it follows the same processes like a torus field. Very, very similar to that. The jets may be extraneous, but they're using them to show you where the energy is flowing, and they can only show you so much of it. So they're showing you the center core and the outermost radiation of it. But
Hmm.
all of that field would be radiating, or conversely, drawing in.
Absolutely. And obviously the opposite poles of positive and negative um, feeding each other.
Yeah, yeah. In a ring of 12, there's usually in a plasmoid, there's 12 different fields, six positive, six negative, that run positive, negative all the way around. And they twist and do all kinds of interesting things. Yeah.
Cool. Well, hi, Scratch. Yes, I'm a gal. I know my name is very, speaking of gender neutral, but
Not much of an indication by your name, no.
not at all. I
There's a
thought of
lot of,
changing it.
yeah, there's a lot of gender neutral names out there. Max is a gender neutral name. Could be Maxine, could
That's
be
right.
Maxwell,
Yeah, I was
You're,
just saying on my previous show, here in Oregon, we have the M, the F, and the X on our driver's license. So you can choose.
you can, oh, MFX.
Mhm. Male, female, and other.
Oh, okay, okay. I understand.
Yeah, so I'm,
Took a
I'm talking
minute. Took a minute for my brain to catch up to
where I was going with that.
what
Yeah.
delusion we were catching up to there.
Oh,
Okay.
delusion. That was a perfect word for it all. Yes, I'm wrapped up in the delusion here.
Yes, we all must live under a collective delusion of many things these days. Uh,
My, so true.
yeah, Got to keep your face diaper on, and that'll save you. Got to get your jibby jab. That'll save you. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
and learn a whole new language while you're going through all this.
yeah. And now, well, in Canada, it's to a point where I can be charged for not identifying somebody's gender properly,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Yeah.
jailed or fined and all kinds of stuff. And I don't keep up on that kind of stuff. And apparently they
Mm.
don't either because they've got plus plus now. So that's kind of a lazy thing, you know.
Plus, plus. Now that's a
Yeah,
word I'm not familiar with.
yeah.
What's
No, it's on the end of the LBGTQ. What?
oh, I got you.
So they've even gotten lazy about it now, and they're just putting plus plus.
That is hilarious. That is so. So if I just get lazy, I'm going to start signing my name, sign my first name, and put a plus on the end,
Plus
and just
plus the rest. Yeah,
plus the rest. I'm kind of lazy. That is we are in a really crazy upside down world.
we
I
are.
have to laugh at most of it, though. I have to tell you.
Yeah. Well, the public is generally about a year behind where they're letting out new stuff that we learned about a year ago. So I think it's got about another year or two to get crazier. Uh, and I'm hoping after that the public will catch up a little quicker. They seem to be. It's taking much longer than I was hoping. So
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I think that a society as a whole, it's like a wave. It starts on one end, and it takes a while for that wave to keep going before it
yeah,
hits the shore,
yeah,
And I too predict that we're going to have, I think about 25, well, let me correct myself, 2025, 2026, right in there. Things will start going down the other side of that peak. I think we'll turn some things around here, but it takes a while, years.
yeah. That's a reasonable estimate. I'm too hopeful. I think.
Maybe I am too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I do. I want to really, I really want a really nice ride into my older age here.
yeah. I'd
Mm.
like that too. Without all this going on, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
I had a
I'm just
thought, but
reading
I
what
lost it.
Scratch and B Freeman are
Mhm.
throwing back and forth here, and Jules.
Yep, Jules. She's new. I think she
I
was in.
know. I
She
can't keep
was
up
in
with the name.
chat once before, though. She was in chat on one of the shows before, I think. Vanessa Kitty. Hi. I don't know that name at all. Nice. Where
Yeah,
do we know
Jules.
you from, Vanessa?
Oh, Vanessa Kitty. I know Vanessa Kitty.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Very cool channel. Yeah. I think I found Vanessa. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I found connected with Vanessa through either Joni Rotten
Okay. Yeah.
or someone like her.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome.
Jules writes, so I can identify as having a jab even if I have not.
I do like that. That is great, Jules. If I can identify as an NBA player, can't I identify as a vaccinated person? That'd be
That's
cool.
right. I want to identify.
I think you've got something there, Jules.
Yes, absolutely. I really would love to identify as a 6'4" man, but okay.
Yeah, but it costs so much to feed a person that big.
Mm.
You got to think
Yes,
about the
these days.
cost now, and the
Gotta,
clothing. Oh my God, trying to find shoes. I'm only
oh,
six
yeah.
foot, and I have a hard time finding shoes. Size.
Really?
I'm only a size 11, and yeah, I can't find shoes hardly ever.
Wow. Well,
So
I am grateful. I'm just an average size in the female
some
gender.
channel I forgot.
My pants and shoes are abundant.
You're size 9. Yeah, That must be nice. I also have long legs, so all my pants look like floods. So I'm ready for the flood, God. Yeah.
Yeah, the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Yeah, I've just been really busy over here. As you know, I'm hopefully we're going to move this next year. So
yeah, I'm hoping.
you're
Your
hoping
area,
too?
you're well, not for me, for you. I'm hoping because
Oh yeah.
you've given us the lowdown at night on what happens around there. So yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
am
like
truly in
it's
in
like
crazy
playing
town.
run. Yeah, it's like playing Russian roulette. You know, which door are they going to knock on tonight? You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a very crazy town here. The priorities are very messed up here, and how you deal with things. Yeah, and like I was just saying, our the new thing is you cannot dial 911 unless it's an extreme emergency, like a house is on fire or something.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, if like your car was stolen, they will immediately direct you to 211 and hang up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. Well, I recently apparently I don't have a doctor anymore. I don't know what circumstances led to that, but my wife's doctor and my doctor, they were both in the same clinic, and now we can't reach them at all. We're told to call 911 or Health Ontario.
Wow.
Just whew, ghosted. Now I don't know. Maybe they spoke up. Uh, maybe they decided they weren't going to continue. I don't know. It's a complete unknown. But the implications of it are kind of mind-boggling. To think what could have happened to them. You know, I'm sure they're
Yes.
fine. Like I'm sure they're fine physically, but if they're not practicing anymore, I have no idea. Did they have their
Wow.
licenses pulled? Did they? I really don't know. It's
That
amazing.
is strange because most doctors and clinics will always send you a letter announcing that there's been a change. They've moved to a new clinic or they've retired.
Nothing. Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing. No email, no communication at all. When you try to call them, it says call 911 or telehealth. That's it. That's all they do.
Wow. Yeah,
Just ghosted.
crazy.
Just ghosted. Yeah, maybe China took my doctors.
Mm. Let's see what they're saying here. Uh, Hoping to move out of
Whoa,
Minnesota.
Scratch.
Yeah, Minnesota is a lot. Is a very different state than you would think it would be these days. Mhm.
Similar here, Scratch. That's weird. Really? Your doctors just disappeared. I wonder how many doctors really have just been banned and had their licenses pulled. I wonder what the
Or
percentage is.
well, I have a dear friend that is an LPN at a local hospital, Mount Hood Hospital over in Gresham.
Wow.
And I just text her because I'm getting a little gathering together of some friends. And she said, I'll try to make it. I'm in the midst of protesting. I think a lot of these medical professionals have just had it. They know better than anyone that this whole thing is a hoopla.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm going to find out more. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, here
she's
in
may lose
chat,
her job. Huh?
somebody else says they took their dog. B. Freeman, I lost my doctor too.
Wow. I think they're quitting.
I think so. I heard a story on Odyssey, watched a story on Odyssey of a doctor who, at the beginning of this, just decided, I'm not getting into this. I'm going on vacation. So she booked herself for indefinite vacation. And she went down to South America and she's learning holistic healing
Nice.
and nutrition. Yeah.
Smart.
So I think that might be what a lot of doctors are doing is they see how far this has gone, and maybe the only way that they can offer true health care is to drop their licenses and go into holistics or nutrition or vitamins or,
Absolutely. Well,
some other avenue.
that's where we've taken ourselves in this house. We are using all kinds of supplements, you name it, and then some,
Mhm.
and keeping ourselves very healthy. And like I said, I'm getting older, so I think twice now. If I climb a ladder, it's got to be super stable, because if I fall off it right now, well, the laws of nature is against me. So
Yeah,
I think twice now, because I don't want anything to do with a hospital, and
yeah,
I think it's going to backfire on this uh, group of, what would you want to call them in code, in tambourine man language. Yeah, you all put a word to them. You know what I'm talking about, the
yeah,
Illuminats.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think things are going to start really backfiring on them, because we are a more educated audience, as I put it, in this theater,
Hmm.
and there's more of us, and most of us are very, nice and compliant. As you can see, we have put up with a lot.
Yeah,
I think there's a really good group of people on this planet, but we all have our tipping point, and we just haven't hit it yet. I think it's going to take a couple of years, and then something is just going to really flip the cart.
yeah. I'm hoping that it's people changing and non-compliance. Uh, I think they're hoping for an open rebellion where we try to rip the system down,
Because they're ready
and
for it.
and they're
Mhm.
ready for that. So get that out there. We can't do it violently. We can't do it that way. It won't work. That's what they want, because
Yep.
then they can unleash the microwave weapons and say we had to. They can unleash whatever they want and say, well, we had to.
That's
You
right. They
know.
can round you up and put you in re-education camps,
Yeah. We'll
former
get it.
former
Yeah.
Walmarts.
We would probably get irradiated and end up dying of cancer or heart disease.
Yes. Yeah. Or they could take us all out the easy way. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And just keep the ones they want.
They don't have the system for that right yet to do it worldwide. So it
Hmm.
it's not in that's not in place. That's the dream, of course.
Yes, their dreams. Got to.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
metallicized particles inside of you that can be manipulated and altered with frequencies, right? And energy levels. So yeah,
Yep.
you know.
They're putting it in place now. I have noticed more 5G selling points in
Hmm.
the technology, and our service here has been sending us little flyers saying, if you want to upgrade.
Yeah, well, I think what they're doing, because a lot of people are experiencing slowdowns in their internet speed. There's a lot of problems with 4G and 3G coming up for some reason.
Hmm.
Yeah, so oh, your data's not coming. You should upgrade. So
Mm-hmm.
there's this push through using the technology, like to slow internet speed down, to push people to 5G.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
and
They play us. They
but
play us like a
and
fiddle.
yeah, and 5G, it fails on every level. As a data transfer, unless you have a direct line, anything interferes with it. Fog, leaves, the weather. It is a terrible technology for data transfer. Terrible. It's low range, and it has to be very high powered. Uh, it really just sucks.
Yeah. Oh no. And it's, well, more so, why would we want to be walking around basically in a microwave oven all the time?
Well,
See,
the difference with 5G and 4G is the beam technology.
mm,
5G is a directed beam, whereas
aha,
4G and 3G are broadcast.
broadband. Yes.
Yeah. So
Ah,
what they're going to do is locate you and beam directly to your phone. So basically, it's a
great
targeting.
Scott.
It's a targeting system.
It is.
Yeah.
And you're right. They could target much more than a phone call.
Yeah. So this allows you to identify individuals and take them out one by one on a basis of their social credit score or whatever else you want to choose.
and they can choose the place. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
she's walking down a dark alley. No one sees this. Boop. And then you're
Yeah.
just like a little pile of ash that looks like somebody used car oil, you know?
Well, not quite, but yeah. Yep. Yeah, you'd just be you'd fall down.
But no, I
We saw
totally,
the pictures of what it does. The
yeah.
first
Oh,
images of Wuhan.
oh, yes, they just keel over.
They fall down in the streets and they can't breathe,
Yeah.
and eventually you
Wow.
suffocate to death.
Huh.
That's why they said the first cases showed signs of, which we haven't heard of recently, hypoxia. Only in the beginning did we hear this hypoxia. Now it's gone because it's not as high level.
Mm.
They don't. I don't think they've blasted really anybody with 5G in North America. They haven't had to yet because they're still using the 4 and 3G system to transmit what you'd call the virus, if you know. But it's just disease, really. They're setting
It
the
is.
body's system off, and when that happens, your body decides to go and cleanse itself.
There you
Uh,
go.
you got a bunch of garbage in you from the air, the food, and the water.
I have to say, after every flu, I feel much better. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah,
I burned it all out.
yeah.
It could be nature's way of just us cleansing ourselves, and we want to push that away because
Mm-hmm.
it is a miserable, you know,
Yeah.
process. But you know,
I've
wow.
tracked the EMS for 2 years, well over 2 years, um, and in the first pandemic, the numbers on my EMF meter and the numbers of cases matched perfectly. But now, recently, since the vaccine and their new use of the rapid COVID testing, the numbers just don't match anymore. So what it is they get you in, they got us in 90, well, 80, 90% of a lot of populations by using the 3 and 4G. Now they've got you with metals and all, and maybe hydrofoam and hydrogels, and
Do you
much
think
more
they're
controllable,
do you think they're putting that in our food?
probably. Buy Whole
Hmm.
Foods, only buy Whole Foods.
I
Anything
try, but
processed.
yeah, I
I know
try, but
some places are absolute deserts for foods, and it's going to get worse. Get a lot of rice and beans, or something that's stable that'll last a long time, because the hydrogel needs to be hydrated to stay stable once it dehydrates.
oh,
So they can't use it in dried foods,
gotcha. But like frozen
as far as I
foods
know. Yeah,
would be
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. But I have to agree with you. We have to take the I call it the Gandhi approach. You know, passive resistance.
Yes.
Let be the water that rolls over that rock, and eventually you'll wear it down. But the rock doesn't even know it's happening.
Hmm. And
Just that.
the change is happening. The change is happening now. I hope we don't have in the states another Trump year or another Trump presidency, but um, a lot of your states are now switching from crazy ideas to more moderate, conservative ideas,
Mhm.
like in Virginia. Um, so yeah, the change is happening slowly, and
It
even
is.
in Canada, we have politicians that have been voted in on. Let's reel it back in, and let's look at some data, and let's look at places like Japan and India where they distributed your killer medicine, apparently killer medicine, that stopped COVID. So I don't know if I can even say that. Well, they're coming out with their own Pfizer Mectin and Moderna Mectin,
Mhm.
um, except those will be altered. What they do, because they want to patent it, is they'll alter a protein on it or
Mhm.
change the makeup of it so that it's patentable. The only problem with that is most times when they do that, it kills your liver. But that's the same with absolutely everything from aspirin to heart medication. They all
Mm.
destroy your liver because they're not natural. Your body doesn't really know what to do with them. Like if you were just to give people cocaine for a painkiller, it would be much better on the body because the body does know what to do with cocaine.
Right, right. It doesn't have, yeah, those buffered additives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Wow. I try not to take, too much of those types of things like aspirin or,
I have a bottle. I've had a bottle of aspirin, a 20 pack for 2 years. I've taken two of them.
yeah, yeah. I don't rely on really any. I'll be honest with you. I do rely on my cannabis if I'm feeling
Hmm.
off. In many
Yeah,
ways, it helps me right now with my digestive, and
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I go for yeah.
it's pretty much gotten rid of my arthritis.
Yes, it's very good on the joints, digestive,
Mhm.
headaches, um,
Yeah.
overall mood. There's just days where you may not physically be feeling badly, but
That
you're
and
mentally
colloidal
off.
colloidal silver, guys. Get yourself some colloidal silver. Very effective against CV uh, by some reports. So
Nice. Yeah, we've
yeah,
been using the knack. I've been trying to push that. It's almost impossible, I think, to buy now.
what's that? The neck?
Yeah, knack. Hold on a second. I'll be right
Hmm.
back. I'm going to grab my little bag. I'll be back, people.
Okay. Now I'm curious. Cocaine is fine by me. Yeah, B. Freeman. You can make it yourself. You can buy a colloidal generator online. You can buy colloidal silver online, or you can make one like I do. I have one that I made. I got 2 bars of silver, and I drilled a hole in each one. Got a 9-volt power supply, distilled water, suspended them in the water, and plugged in the 9-volt power supply. And in a week, I had colloidal silver. And then you just take half of what you made, leave the rest, fill it back up, and next week you take some more, and you do the same thing.
Okay, I hope this shows up because it's kind of dark in here. Try to hold it very still.
Hold
Wait.
on, let me put you up in full screen for a sec. Sorry. Hold on.
Let me see if I
Okay, can read a bit
get
of
that.
it.
Okay,
Bulk
hold on.
supplement.
Try and get this camera to focus. Maybe I'm holding it too close. There it goes.
Oh, acetyl. Okay,
Yeah, and
acetylcysteine.
they call it NAC, and some come with sugar and binders like soy. This is completely free of that. I get it from this company.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's one of the main. That's acetyl is acetyl salicylic acid is one of the forms of that. So is that for pain?
I was shocked what this does. This I take basically for my lungs because I smoke,
Okay.
and I breathe much better. I sleep better at night. That's where I've really noticed,
Oh.
and it has to be with my breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, I don't mean to be rude or crude, but this is just the truth. It gives you great bowel movements.
Okay.
Very,
Those are important as you
it
get
is
older.
important. Yes, too
Yes.
much or too little. Um,
Yep.
I've noticed that improvement and joints.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Can you put a link in chat for us?
I'll try. Hold on. Let me do
Let
this.
me see.
Um,
Now you'll have to put. This is complicated through HAPS because
yes, I
HAPS
know what
will
I'm going to
only
do.
show the HAPS viewers
I got it.
the
I'm going to
link if
put
you
it,
post. Yeah, put
yeah.
it on your channel.
See if it comes through on my channel. If not, I'll put it on yours.
Yeah, I'll go add it to mine once you put it in. Okay, I'm up there already.
Nope. Yes, there it goes. Got it. At least it's over here on Habs. Yeah, you have to put it in on your.
Okay.
Um,
See if I can. Oh,
and it's just NAC. If you can buy it, I would buy. If you're interested, I would buy this very soon because it works, and they're taking it off the market.
oh, got it. I got it.
And this is a particularly good company. Like I said, they don't put any of those, dairy, yeast, gluten, additives, soy, sugar. None of it is in this product. So
Well, what happened there, Scratch? Something's going on with Scratch there.
yeah, what did I miss something?
I did. And they come banging on my door. I'll be banging on their heads, and if they don't think I will, they got to do is ask the local police. The last time they turned up in a gang, I tried to punch one. Okay.
I'm not worried about anyone trying to break down my door either. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it's petty crime. The big thing is they still are catalytic converters.
Oh yeah, they're starting to do that around here. They're starting to strip cars down, open
Yeah.
up the hoods and strip down the engines.
Yes, that they'll you'll come out and either
Yeah,
your gas is gone or
my city has a lot of recycling facilities for metal because it's a big steel town, or it used to be. And yeah, they're offering a lot of money for catalytic converters, alternators. Yeah.
yep. And you're right, and that is the crux of it. These companies will buy this with no questions.
Hmm.
They've talked about several things. The best thing you can do for the catalytic is obviously buy a cage that you can put over it. But it's like, really, people, really?
Well, that's the point of desperation it's gotten to for some people.
Yeah.
Like a few days ago, there was a homeless encampment that they just came in at midnight and started tearing down all the tents and destroying it, throwing it
Oh,
all in the garbage. Yeah, they're really being brutal up here on the homeless, and it's going to be winter. It's getting freaking cold out there at night.
yes.
And
No, I believe we should have the only thing I'm social on is that we should have housing,
yeah,
a choice for these people. Because
well, they
things
tried to
happen.
they held them in they let them stay in the stadium that they just built here, but unfortunately they kind of destroyed the place.
Hmm.
That's one of the problems is a lot of them are addicted to drugs or have mental problems, and they end up trashing places that they stay. Now the encampment that they uh, trashed recently, it was not a dump. These people were families that had lost their homes, and they were keeping it nice and clean. They were trying to stay out of people's way, but no, that wasn't good enough. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's horrible.
It,
People
we
should be
it,
allowed to
that's
live.
Yes, exactly. And you're right. There are those sheriff people that ruin it for the rest of them. They don't care,
Yeah.
and they'll just trash a place. It's in all walks of life, you know. So
Mhm.
unfortunate, but yeah, I still will hold true that we need to have some kind of facility for them to have a choice
Yeah.
and keep because I don't know who said it, and it's probably going to show up in the Bible or something. I don't know, but someone said they gauge a society by how they help the weakest.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's pretty close.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. These people are gonna bet you Scratch knows. He's good at those.
Yeah, they do. They take the metals out of these catalytic converters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. There's bits of platinum in there. There's I think there's copper, there's aluminum surrounding it, all kinds of metals you can pull out of it.
Yes, we can only hope and pray they make a new type that has none of those metals in them. That would be cool.
I'll just make electric cars that run on. There's
They'll still
atmospheric. We can do
they'll steal
atmospheric
the
energy.
batteries.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
will.
Well, the latest battery technology will probably be graphite or graphene, if you want. I experimented with it a few years ago, making battery panels, and it holds quite a lot of power. So
Nice.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
can print it on. You can print it on a piece of paper, like a sheet of paper.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
handy.
yeah. You can
That's
do the
nice.
same with carbon. I had an easier time with carbon because the connection from the panel to a device is much easier using carbon than graphene. You have to make a graphene connector to a different type of metal to a copper connector
Hmm.
to get it to go across. And I'm not
Get the
sure what that
stick.
metal is. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I think before I'm gone, I'm going to see some tremendous changes in our power source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just been recently watching a video. I might present something on if any of the experiments that he showed me work. So it has all to do with energy and not free energy. I don't believe in free energy, but with atmospheric energy, light
Mhm.
energy, collecting that type of thing. So there's a few experiments I'm going to try and
Hmm.
see what happens.
That would be really fun. I hope you
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Actually, I can post it. There's actually a video. Post it for you guys to look at. Where is that? Oh, where did I put that? Up there. There we are. I put it here. Um, where is it? Ah, there we go. Okay, this way. This. Let's see if it's there. It is. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to answer Lucky
Let's see.
Stone. It's true. There's a lot of great
Hi,
people out
Lucky.
there. A lot of great people out there. It just takes one or two to, ruin it for the rest of us.
No, that's not it. We're going to do that.
And then, there's always a way to handle them too. We can
Copy.
like put a big tattoo on their forehead and then nobody will let them in. Yeah, there you go.
Let's see what it does. I don't. I'm not posting it on YouTube, so they should let me do it. So yeah, take a look at this video, guys. It's about an hour long, uh, but he has some
Oh, cool.
interesting concepts on physics, free energy, and yeah, take a look. And he
Very
has
cool.
some things we can try. Just wants to be allowed. Just wants to be allowed to live. Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people end up in that situation for various reasons. They're not all drug addicts and,
Yeah.
they just lost their job
There was
and
a
they
lady
were,
they thought was missing. They had a missing persons report. They found her car, and then a while later, they found her living in the woods. She had brought a tent and set up everything, and she was feeding herself off the land and doing just fine. And she just didn't want to be part of what was going on. That's all. She just said, "I'm gonna go live in the woods."
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, why not?
yeah.
Well,
If
they'll
you,
come by and tell you you can't because some way, somehow you're not paying the taxes.
it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy.
Yeah,
You could catch disease and spread it to everyone.
yeah, living out in nature is
That'll
detrimental.
see that'll be the problem with growing your own food. Will eventually become a crime because you'll
Oh
grow
yeah,
food that's diseased.
yeah. Your food is bad. Our food is good.
Hmm. You must buy corporation food. We've sterilized it, sanitized it, and you
And
know
put that gel in it.
put some nice goodness in there. Yeah, some gooey goodness.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
well, I think I'm going to cut it off now. Uh,
And
just
thanks for
over an
having me
hour.
up. This has been
Oh,
so
this
much fun.
this was awesome. I got my dinner coming, so this is great. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Much love to you all, and thanks for trying out coming up, G. I'm gonna make this like a regular thing on weekends. I think I've been doing it for a few weeks now. So yeah, come by and have a chat with us anytime you want.
Absolutely. Great.
Okay,
You take
thanks.
care, everybody.
Bye. Okay, have a good night, guys. We'll see you next weekend. Keep the third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition.